Good morning. We're going to try and show you the chords and structure for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for ukulele. Our chords in the first verse are C, try that, G, try that, next one is G7, try that, back to C, and then that repeats until the end of that phrase where you go from the C to the C7, which is there, then F, and then C, back to G7, back to C, back to G, and then E7, which is this lovely one here, to D7, to G7, and back to the C for the verse again. So let's try it. I'm just going to single strum for you. Starting on C. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, okay, had a very shiny nose. You change to G on the nose. And if you ever saw it, change to G7, you would even say it glows. Back to the C. All of the other reindeers on C, all of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him G names. They never let poor Rudolph, G7, join in any reindeer games. C, and then just single down to C7 and across to F. Then one foggy, back to C, Christmas Eve, G7, Santa came to say, back to say, C rather, back to G, Rudolph with your, and then that lovely E7 which is there, oh so bright, D7, won't you guide my G7 sleigh tonight? C. Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee. That's G. It's down the G. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, G7, you'll go down in history. C. So the speed we should take it is about like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, G7, you would even say it glows. Back to C, stay on C. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. That's G. They never let poor Rudolph, back to G7, join in any reindeer games. C7, across to F. Then one foggy C, Christmas Eve, G7, Santa came to say, back to G, Rudolph with your, and that E7 which is there, no so bright, D7, won't you guide G7 sleigh tonight? Okay, and then it's back to the chorus, the second verse rather. Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, G7, you'll go down in history. Finish on the C, and you could do the little G7 C at the end, like we sometimes do. And that's all it is. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.